Usually at this point in the week, I make an NFL injury report video, but as a diehard Patriots fan, I really felt like it was necessary for me to make a video talking about Cam Newton getting benched and what will this mean for the rest of the Patriots season after their blowout loss to the 49ers. What's up everybody, it's AC Analysis, and like I said in the intro, today I'm going to be talking about Cam Newton getting benched and what will happen to the Patriots season. And I know it's been 3 days since I made a video, I just took a small little break, but now I'm getting back, and the injury update should actually be coming out in 2 days on Wednesday. But before we get started with the video, if you guys enjoy consistent football content, liking and subscribing would be really helpful. We're on the road to 100 subs now, and every sub helps. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. Honestly, the Patriots' awful loss to the 49ers just disgusted me. The 33-6 loss against the 49ers. And after the first few weeks of the NFL season, people really believed that the Patriots had a chance to make the playoffs. But after this, not anymore. They barely beat the Raiders, they lost to the Broncos, they lost to the 49ers. It was absolutely disgusting what they were able to do. And especially Cam Newton, who had a really bad performance. He had 98 passing yards and 3 interceptions in 4 quarters. I'm not going to put all the blame on Cam Newton, but some of the throws that he made, he threw it on the dirt. He chucked a ball deep into 4-man coverage. It was just disgusting the way he played, and I was hoping he would finally get benched for Stidham, and he finally did get benched for Stidham. But when Cam Newton finally got benched, they were like losing 25-0, so the Patriots already lost. When Cam Newton signed with the Patriots, I already knew that the season was probably going to be a fail, because, everyone says that Bill Belichick could win with any team, and this team is an exception. This team has some pretty horrible talent, and when you look at the talent, especially on the offensive side of the ball, they have some bottom-tier third-string receivers that are playing as starters like Jacoby Myers. So these players are not good receivers. And then Edelman's not the same player anymore. He's dropping every single ball that is thrown to him. So Cam Newton was put into a situation in which he was expected to do a lot of stuff with the team that would not be able to help him. We have an okay running game, but our receivers do not help Cam Newton at all. I'm not saying that it's not Cam Newton's fault, but he's not been put into a great situation. And the same thing with Jarrett Stidham. He has not been put into a good situation either. And someone that it actually reminds me of is Dwayne Haskins. Jarrett Stidham is being forced into a situation where he doesn't have crazy much support. Sure, he has a defense behind him, but he doesn't have receivers to let him play, and the run game is really the only thing backing him up. I can't say this is exactly like Dwayne Haskins' situation, because Dwayne Haskins came into a corrupt organization while Jarrett Stidham's joining the Patriots and he's joining Bill Belichick. So it's not like Dwayne Haskins, but Stidham's going to have to struggle. And some players that I'm really hoping the Patriots pick up are like Julio Jones or those types. So like I said before, when Cam Newton was having a horrible game, in the fourth quarter, Jarrett Stidham was put in, and I was really happy. But so far what I've seen from Jarrett Stidham hasn't been crazy impressive. He's thrown 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions and about 60 passing yards per game. But like I also said before, he hasn't had really a situation in which he could play very good. So I have high hopes for Stidham in the future, but right now I can't really go off of any information on how he can play, because he has no talent around him, and he doesn't really have much experience. Recently, some big-name wide receivers have come in rumors for being on the trading block, and those wide receivers are Julio Jones and Michael Thomas. I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Thomas didn't sign with the Patriots, because as we've seen in the Antonio Brown case, Bill Belichick does not take any attitude from anybody. So that's why he kicked Antonio Brown out of there practically immediately. And Michael Thomas, who has had some attitude issues on his team, I don't see Bill Belichick signing him. But Julio Jones, on the other hand, I can see Julio Jones going to the Patriots. I find it still very unlikely, since Belichick usually doesn't like to splurge on big players. Like, I was shocked when he signed Stephon Gilmore to a giant contract. I wasn't expecting that. And the last case of Belichick signing a receiver super big, or like actual great talent on his team, was probably Randy Moss, and we saw how that worked out incredibly. So if Julio Jones went to the Patriots, it would probably be the greatest moment of my life, since I'm a huge Patriots fan, but it's still very unlikely. We can hope though. Another player that is rumored to be up on the trading block is OBJ, and that is because he just tore his ACL. You will see that on my injury update video. But OBJ, like I said, he also has a big ego, so I don't see Belichick signing him. But Belichick has signed Randy Moss before, and he made Randy Moss a great player, even though he has probably the biggest ego ever in sports. I just don't see OBJ signing, but if he did, like I said with Julio, that would be pretty awesome. So what does this mean for the Patriots? Well, I don't believe that there's any possible way they can play as bad as they did against the 49ers. And get this, the 49ers have 19 of their starters on IR, including Raheem Mostert and Nick Bosa, who are both out for a very long time. So their best players are out, and the Patriots still lose by almost 30 points. And I just don't see the Patriots playing this bad again. And their schedule ahead is pretty difficult. They have to play some pretty tough teams, like next week the Bills. They gotta play the Ravens, the Cardinals, the Rams, and the Bills again, so they're always in tough matchups. So the Patriots will struggle this year, and they're not making the playoffs anymore. There is no way that they're making the playoffs. But I believe that they still have a chance to win some games. They're not gonna, make the playoffs, but they have a chance of winning some games. I mean, the game that the Patriots lost to the 49ers didn't really do anything special. They just ran jet sweeps the entire time and ended up just shredding the Patriots defense. And then their running back, I don't even know his name, can't remember it. He ran for like 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. So the defense just got shredded. The offense just got shredded. It just hurt as a Patriots fan to watch the game. Based off of what I've seen last week, I have the Patriots going 6-10 because historically they've played pretty bad against some teams that they're going to be playing. Like, they always, for some reason, do bad against the Dolphins. They always have tough matchups against the Ravens. And the fact that the Patriots defense isn't the same as it once was. The center of the Patriots defense, Dante Hightower, is out because he opted out. Then Patrick Chung is also out. The Patriots have had to deal with the most opting outs this entire season, and their roster is already very weak in general. So based off of this, I have them going 6-10 and missing the playoffs, while the Bills will definitely make the playoffs. I mean, like, Belichick might pull something, but I highly doubt that. It's pretty hard for even Belichick to pull something with a roster like this. Sure, our defense has talent, but half of our defense opted out, and our offense doesn't even have a player that's going to make the Pro Bowl this year. Before I wrap up the video, will Cam Newton be benched against the next week's game against the Bills? Absolutely not. He just had to get benched to, kind of teach him a lesson and discipline him for the fact that he can't play like that. He can't throw 3 interceptions in less than 100 yards in a game. That's just absolutely disgusting. So he will play against the Bills, and the Patriots will probably lose, but that's okay because this season is a waste anyway. Okay, with that being said, that'll wrap up this video. This has been AC Analysis talking about Cam Newton being benched and what will happen to the Patriots season. But if you guys enjoy consistent football content, liking and subscribing would be really helpful. We're on the road to 100 subs and every sub helps. And thank you guys so much for watching. A new video will be out on Wednesday. See you next time.